16k in 16 minutes. This is a trade that I took on the 27th of December 2024. The date today is 6th of January 2025. And I haven't been able to do a breakdown of this particular trade because I've actually caught some sort of virus. I've been ill for the last God knows how long. You can still hear it in my voice a little bit. It's peak. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. But regardless, we're going to go ahead and break this trade down. As you guys can see, this is the results from that specific trade. 16k in 16 minutes. $7,000 on my Quanteco Live 200k funded account. And then $9,000 on my Titan Capital 200k funded account as well. So these two trades together, the same trade actually, but just executed on different prop firms, all together gave me $16,000. And as you can see, I made that in 16 minutes. So let's go ahead and break this trade down so you guys can understand what was going through my head, and you can obviously try and catch potentially these same trades in the future. Now, first things first, obviously, as I've told you, this was on the 27th of December. Now, by this point, I had actually stopped trading December because I had basically just decided, okay, cool, there's 2 weeks left, let's allow it. Holidays are here, bank holidays are coming up, whatever. Let's allow it, take a break, and then come back in the New Year's. And that's exactly what I was planning on doing. But then I saw this setup form on US30 and I broke my rules and I decided to jump on, but ultimately it did pay off. So let's go ahead and break this trade down. 27th of December, this was an AM session US30 trade, and again, I stopped trading the AM session, but when I saw this, I was like, you know what, I have to take it. This is an AM session trade. Let's go ahead and break this trade down. All right, so first and foremost, 15-minute time frame. As you guys can see, I marked out this previous day low over here. I also had previous days high over here as well, and I was simply waiting for this previous day low to basically get tagged and basically get swept. All right, that's the raid I was looking for, this previous day low. Dropping to the 1 minute time frame, we had the market go ahead at 9:30, go ahead and take out the previous day low. As you can see right there, previous day low got taken out at 9:30, and then we started seeing movement towards the upside. We started seeing blue candles push to the upside, and I needed some sort of confirmation that would tell me that I could go ahead and take this trade. And as you can see, we had beautiful blue candles going to the upside, but on the 1 minute time frame, we did not have any form of confirmation. Yeah, we had a market structure shift there, but we didn't have my displacement, which I needed, and I also didn't have any fair value gaps that I could go ahead and target for a retracement, get tapped in, place my limits, put my stop loss at a low, and take profit I wanted to. So there's nothing on the 1 minute time frame that I could have actually taken this trade on. So then I started looking at other time frames. All right, I went on to the 3 minute. On the 3 minute, again, there was no entry for me. There was nothing I could go ahead and take a trade off of. But then I went down to the 2 minute time frame, and on the 2 minute time frame, this is what I saw. As you guys can see, we have 1 candle, 2 candle, 3 candle. We had a fair value gap within those 3 candles, and then in the opposite direction we have 1 candle, 2 candle, 3 candle, and then we have a smaller fair value gap in the opposite direction. So now we have 2 overlapping fair value gaps. What does that mean? We have an inversion fair value gap, and this right here is my entry. This is where I was looking to say my entry. We had the area, the gap where the 2 gaps overlap. That is where I'm looking to say my entry, and that is that little window over here. So stop loss was at the low, entry was at that overlap. Now this was not a limit entry, this was a manual execution. So entry was at that overlap there, and then take profit was at 1:2 restored ratio as usual. Now I'll be so real, I did make $16,000 on this trade, but I didn't perform my risk management properly. That's because I basically went ahead and saw this inversion fair value gap, and I didn't have enough time to basically go ahead and place limits. I thought, let me get in now and then worry about managing my risk later on. So I went ahead and slapped 6 lots on QT, 8 lots on Titan, and I went ahead and basically rolled that trade. I was planning on closing the trade early because I over risked, but then I saw that we were in minimal drawdown, and then I just let it fly to 1:2, and that's how I basically went ahead and caught that full volume move with slightly over risk. But it was a beautiful 1:2 RR. The setup was there, so ultimately this trade did play in my favor. Obviously, if this did go in the opposite direction, hit my stop loss, I would have lost just under 3% on both accounts. But alhamdulillah, it did go according to the plan, and it did hit TP. So that's how I basically made 16k in 16 minutes, almost by accident if you think about it, because I wasn't supposed to risk that much, but I did anyway. Ideally, I would have wanted to close, shave off some of that risk just for my mental peace and mental clarity, but in my head I was thinking, you know what, this is the last trade of the year potentially. I'm already in, so there's no point in me worrying about cutting things now. If I do lose it, I can always get out of that drawdown, and ultimately it hit my TP. It worked in my favor, and yeah, we made $7,000 on one account, and then obviously $9,000 on the other account, as you can see right there. Obviously this was on the 27th of December. I had a payout with Titan Capital on the 30th of December, and as you guys can see right here, I did in fact get that payout. You can see right there, $8,343.10. got paid out to me from this trade specifically. If you click on payouts over here, as you can see, I did in fact have $9,269 get paid out and my profit share of $8,343.10. That does in fact reflect the trade itself, $9,268.80. So that got paid out one trade, and so far I've actually done $29,952.19 from Titan themselves. And what's funny is I did in fact get this account in $8,731 profit as we speak right now, because I took another trade which I will break down soon. So this account is in profit again, and my payout date will be on the 15th of January for this as well. That's another $8,000 that I'm potentially getting paid out with from Titan. Titan have been very, very good, I must say. The process is seamless every single time. Every single payout I've had with these guys so far, it has been within 24 hours payout speed. It's crazy. If you guys are interested in Titan, then use the code TCM40 at checkout to get 40% off all the evaluations. That's the one that I personally used. But yeah, I would 100% recommend Titan Capital. And if you guys do want a breakdown of the trade that made me another $8,731 in January as well, then make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll go ahead and record that video for you, and I'll show you how I made that as well. That trade specifically is this one over here. The trade itself made me $11,252 in 30 minutes, and out of that I've got $8,731 in profit in my live account right now, available to withdraw, which I will be withdrawing on the 15th. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and all the other good stuff, and I'll see you guys on the charts.